Anthony here with ForestNet Media. We're touring the Oregon Logging Conference, showing you our top 5 highlights.
The Oregon Logging Conference has been running for 88 years, and we came with one goal: find the newest and most impressive things on this floor. We caught up with one of the pioneers in steep slope harvesting in the United States, and now he works for TigerCat to train the operators running it. This is the new 120 cable assist, and it changes how the industry handles the most dangerous terrain.
It's a 76,000-pound machine. It holds 2,200 feet of 1/8" line. It's unique in a couple of features as it's not built on a swing upper, right? So it's a fully remote control machine, doesn't have a cab. The operator can actually drive this from inside the cab of the carrier. So in order to get those machines up and down these steep slopes, these are cable assists. And then this machine essentially lowers them down and raises them back up on the steep slopes. These machines take a lot of hand fallers out of the woods. We've decreased, the accident rates. It's just a win-win for the timber industry all the way around.
Yeah.
This is our new LX825, and it's a lighter machine. In a lot of areas, a 100,000-pound machine is too heavy for them to haul.
Yeah.
So we designed this 78,000-pound machine, which is in a smaller scale, smallest machine TigerCat's ever built. This machine is also capable of putting a buncher head on, so you can fall trees with it too.
Designed specifically for mulching to reduce fuel load in forests.
Yep, they come in with this thing and grind everything up, and it looks like a park when they're done.
Santa Bogen just rolled out something nobody else in the country has: an insulated boom material handler with tree care capability, rated to 50 kilovolts. It's the same machine, built for a market nobody else is touching.
This is our latest and greatest machine. Most people know us for the 718, which is a machine you see here. We just introduced it back in the fall as an insulated boom. So we're the only one in the country that has an insulated boom material handler that has tree care capability. It's rated up to 50 kV, which is fine for what we need to do. This particular machine here has a new design head on it as well. We upgraded some of the pain points on that, but it's been very, very well received. And then we added a crab steer function and four-wheel steer function to our rubber tire units. So here, most people are using it for tree removal, tree trimming. It's been very popular on the fires. Our most popular is this size. It weighs 50,000 pounds, easy low boy, street worthy, goes up to about 13 miles an hour. So it's actually tree removal, and then a lot of people use it on the fires.
It's not often you see a family-owned Canadian manufacturer going toe-to-toe in the US market, but Eltech is doing exactly that, and their growing dealer network is proof it's working.
We're always improving, always changing things. So we've got our smaller model coming out in a few weeks, 65,000-pound machine, zero tail swing. We built something tough, good, reliable. The US, we got cascade trader, we got mass machinery precision. We also have in the main, we got Crosstrack now, trying to find some good people at the same time.
Always good to see a fellow Canadian down here in the US, always good to catch up with you. And a Canadian family-owned and operated business that's been around for a long time.
My son's been more integrated more and more, so very happy to see somebody coming back of us and continuing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me again.
Thank you.
See you, buddy. Yeah.
In British Columbia and California, hand crews are still cutting brush and burning it on steep slopes. Bailey's brought a machine to Oregon Logging Conference that changes that equation entirely. The Force Chipper is a remote-controlled track chipper that goes to the work so the work doesn't have to come to it.
Well, they're built in the United Kingdom, or England. We've been a dealer for them for about 1.5 years now. We've got them running in California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Colorado, becoming more and more popular all the time. It's multiple, so we do a lot with the fire safe councils where they're doing fuels reduction and that sort of thing. One of the big advantages with this machine is, especially if you're in tough ground, is you take the machine to the work. You don't have to bring the material out to a remote chipper site and chip there. You take this to the work and chip there. So labor, it's a lot easier on your labor. You get a lot less issues with backs and shoulders and elbows and that sort of thing because you're taking the machine to the material.
Black Knight started out fighting fires, they bought a bulldozer, got into Forest Service logging, and when nothing on the market was powerful enough to pull big wood up steep terrain, They just built their own machine. This is the result.
We been in business about 10 years in Northern California. Started out fighting fires. Bought the bulldozer originally for that. Got into logging for the Forest Service, cleaning up after the burns. We needed something bigger and more powerful than what was available to get big wood out of our units. And so I dreamt this thing up, and this is what we ended up with. We took a D6 and LGP platform, stretched the track frame, upgraded to the D6T undercarriage, and put everything from Caterpillar off a 535 skidder so we can get parts, get repairs, things that we need. We can get their wiring diagrams, their schematics, everything on their Cat Sys program. So we tried to make it as serviceable as possible. We just needed something that can get big wood up steep terrain. Our rubber-tired skidders couldn't get the traction, weren't powerful enough. It has the horsepower, it's got the weight, the traction, everything that we needed.
Ground up redesign, fuel injection, 14,000 revolutions per minute, no load, and a relocated ignition module that runs cleaner and cooler over the long haul. Husqvarna's 564 XP is their most exciting launch in 9 years, according to the rep who showed it to us.
This is the new 564 XP. There's been other fuel-injected saws on the market, and what we decided was that we were going to target a size category that could be used by both tree care and logging. 62cc platform. It is a 70cc output, size and weight in between or similar to a 550 and a 562. And this saw is rated to a 28-inch bar and chain, running 3/8. We've redesigned the ignition module so that it's part of the ECU, and it's taken away from where it used to sit next to the flywheel. So now it remains cleaner and cooler, and you get better performance over the long run. So we're lighter, more efficient, we're faster, and we're running at about 14,000 RPMs, no load. I've been with the company for 9 years. This was the most fun and exciting launch that we've ever done.
Oregon Tool is the global leader in saw chain and also a major manufacturer of bars and related cutting systems.
For Oregon products, what we have new is we have our 3/4 pitch drive sprockets now. Previously, we haven't had them, so now we have the complete cutting system. We have the bar, chain, and the drive sprocket. The drive sprockets we have will cover probably about 90% of the units being used out there for timber harvesting. So we cover a wide breadth of all of those harvester heads. We're constantly involved in innovation, and we're constantly involved in improving our products. So we like to get the VOC or voice of the customer back so that we know what direction the company needs to head in so we can meet those demands. We had a lightweight guide bar system set up. This was years ago, and we had to discontinue it for some issues that we had. But we're actively pursuing prototypes right now and are out there in the field being used with a lot of positive feedback. So that's one of the products that we are bringing back.
If we don't tell our own story, someone else will. That's the message from Raya Becker, a forestry professor using simulated technology to put the next generation face to face with an industry they didn't know existed.
What we have here is one of our logging equipment simulator trailers. So we use this as an outreach education tool, a way to bring the industry to people who otherwise don't have that exposure. It's a great way to engage that next generation or even the general public with what the industry is, what it isn't. It's way more mechanized than it's ever been. It's way safer than it's ever been, more productive. In Idaho, at least, our median age of loggers are at about 55, mid-50s, and that's not going down. And people for forestry or operations just don't know we exist. We need to tell our story. We need to be better advocates of what we do and be the loudest voice in the room. If we're not, someone else is telling our story for us, and that's not always a good thing. So inside we have 2 of our TigerCat full motion-based simulators. So these simulators are really the cutting edge of logging simulator technology. They're full motion-based, so they'll move as that machine's operating. And each of these simulators will do 5 pieces of equipment. Yep, straightforward on both joysticks. That'll reach that boom out and then close this arm. Oh, I'd rather it happen here than on a $700,000 machine. Worst case, we reset the simulation. No one ever knows that happened. I think our loggers are some of our biggest environmentalists because they're the ones that are out there understanding what goes on the ground and they care for it. In Idaho, for example, for every tree we cut, we're planting 7 in its place. And most people might see a cut and think, oh, that's never going back to trees. But within 2 years, they're planting new trees in there and it'll be a dense new forest, a new generation of forest there before you know it.
LiDAR mapping, drone-based tree planting, real-time 3D forest inventory. This technology exists, but until now, only the big players could afford it. Hisan Wu is building the tools to put it in the hands of small woodlot owners.
So you can see that this is one of the first robots I designed for under canopy forest inventory nurses. So you can see this robot is, climb up to the forest and it can collect all the data in real time. And this is 3D mapping solution. Everything is very fancy, but the problem is if you need this kind of technology, you have to pay a lot of money. We are really interested about using a practical way, like a small scale owner can access all these kind of technologies. This is also one of my proof of concept. I had a meeting with the industry partner. They are really interested about the tree planting stuff. So we printing with a 3D printer. And this is equipped with a heavy lift drone. So this is if we are make a biodegradable container, we can put into the seedling into here, and we can drop from the ground to from the air to the ground. So we can planting the tree in an efficient way. This is we call like a hyperspectral sensor. If you are using the hyperspectral sensor with we developing some application in here, so you can read the species and all kind of their condition in real time.
The machines are getting smarter, the technology is getting sharper, but the heartbeat of this industry is still the same people who've always shown up and done the work. Follow us for more awesome content and even full podcast episodes. Thanks for watching.